These are my top 5 recommended books for making better black and white prints. All right, let's get this started. In no particular order, we have The Print by Ansel Adams. This is the 3rd book in his classic trilogy, the Ansel Adams Photography series. Now, this is a video on books for darkroom printing. However, I would highly recommend all 3 books in his trilogy. And the reason being is that if you want to make great darkroom prints, then hands down, the best place to start is by being able to visualize and create negatives that are proper contrast for your printing paper or your printing process. Don't overlook this important step. His first 2 books will teach you how to do just that. So what I love about The Print is that it goes through the whole process of producing a fine print from the negatives that you create. He covers darkroom design and equipment to making proofs and work prints, all the way through to creating a fine print right up to different ways of mounting and displaying them. This actually might be the only darkroom book you need. Next, we have the Darkroom Cookbook. I have the 3rd edition by Steve Anchel. Now, I would recommend this or the newer 4th edition that I believe was released in around 2016. The first reason I would recommend this book is because it really has so many great formulas in it. And not only that, but it has an entire section dedicated to chemical safety and the breakdown of what each chemical actually does in the formulas. Both, I think, are very valuable and important to know. Unfortunately, at least in the 3rd edition, some of my personal favorite and most used formulas are not included. However, there is a link in the description below where you can grab all of my personal favorite formulas that I use all the time. This book also has so many great inserts by some of the best printers and photographers out there, and some of the techniques that they use, like John Sexton, Bruce Barnbaum, and many others have included specific techniques in the book. I honestly forgot just how much information is covered in this book, like from print flashing to getting more shadow detail out of like really thin negatives you might have, all the way to enhancing your print surface. This book should definitely be on your shelf if you want to start making better prints. All right, next up we have the Way Beyond Monochrome book. Now, I believe there is an updated edition to this one as well, but I have found this book to be incredibly valuable and just super jam-packed with info. This book is by Ralph Lambert and Chris Woodhouse, and I would say it is probably the most thorough book on black and white photography I have come across. So if you like to get into the technical side of things, this book is gonna definitely be for you. There are chapters on like fundamental print control, tonal reproduction, and advanced print control. There are also real-world examples in the section called On Assignment, where they walk through like how an image was taken all the way to how it was printed. I personally find real-world info like this to be very valuable, and I loved seeing it in this book. And the last reason I love this book is for all the great charts and templates they provide. These things are going to definitely help you out along your printing journey. Now, if you start to make better prints, you will at some point, chances are, want to start toning those prints. That is where this book comes in. Dr. Tim Rudman just breaks it down in this book. When he says definitive guide, like he's not joking, he covers everything. Sepia toning, polysulfide toning, selenium toning, gold toning, blue toning, copper toning, green toning, FSA toning, silver and bronze mirror toners, toning with tea, coffee, and gelatin dyes, selective toning, multiple toning techniques, multi-toner kits, chromogenic toners, toning for archival permanence, even toning negatives. He starts off with explaining the basics of what is actually going on when you are toning a black and white print. And in each chapter, he is extremely thorough with each process, how to do it, what to watch out for, and what to actually expect. So if you want to get into toning your prints, I really don't think you're gonna come across a better resource than this one. And lastly, we have one of my all-time most recommended books on photography in general, The Art of Photography by Bruce Barnbaum. Hope I'm saying that right. I love this book for a variety of reasons, but mainly for the way that Bruce Barnbaum breaks down and approaches photography. It's a very pure and unreactive way of seeing what photography is. It's really helped me better understand why and how I can use things like contrast, tone, texture, negative space, and other elements of composition to help me communicate the feeling that I want to come across to the viewer. And he breaks down the entire process of photography in a very unique and interesting way that I really feel would benefit all photographers. So this book does cover the entire process from lens selection to print finishing. And a lot of the book is geared towards fine-tuning your negatives to create the print that you want to make. And again, this is a very critical step in printmaking. Then there is an entire chapter on making the print and how he approaches making one in his darkroom. And to me, it's just mind-blowing how much experience and valuable information is packed into this one book. Now, in the end, we have to find our own way to create something that makes us happy. These books give us a lot of ways to experiment and play around until we do find methods that work the best for us. Now, for many of us, we are pursuing this craft on our own, and having some references to go to when we have something unexpected happen it's really invaluable. Now, this is not an exhaustive list, as there are many other fine books on darkroom printing out there. But these are the top 5 books that I would highly recommend if you want to kind of up your darkroom printing skills. I would encourage you to grab them sooner rather than later, as some of these are actually no longer in print and can be somewhat hard to come by at times. I do have links in the description below for all of them, so if you want to check them out, hit up the links. Also, if there are any books that you would recommend for darkroom printing or just photography in general, let us know in the comments below so everybody can check them out and benefit from it. Now, if you like this video, please let me know in the comments down below, and be sure to hit the subscribe button. Hope you enjoyed this, and happy printing.